Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most surprising, mysterious, and unbelievable stories to ever come out of the world of coins. Imagine holding a penny in your hand, just 1 cent, but discovering that it's actually worth millions of dollars. Sounds too wild to be true, right? But that's exactly what happened with a certain 2001 1-cent coin. This isn't just a story about a coin. It's a deep, fascinating journey filled with history, mistakes, secrets, and one man's discovery that changed the numismatic world forever. So buckle up, because we're about to go deep into a story that shows how something so small can hold a value so unimaginable, and why the 2001 penny might just be the most expensive cent in modern history. Let's start at the beginning. The year is 2001. America is on the cusp of great change, with technology expanding rapidly and society becoming more digitized. While most people were focused on new gadgets, the world of coin collecting kept its slow and steady pace. Coins were being minted and circulated as usual, but in Denver, a tiny anomaly was being unknowingly created. In the Denver Mint, millions of pennies were being struck, as they are every year, without much fanfare. But among those countless coins, something rare, something unique, and something inexplicable slipped through the cracks. Now, for most people, a penny is barely worth the space it occupies in your pocket. We pass them over, toss them in jars, or even leave them on the ground. But for coin collectors, known as numismatists, the smallest details on these coins can make all the difference. A misplaced mint mark, an off-center strike, or the wrong type of metal can turn an ordinary coin into a hidden treasure. And that's where this story takes a turn. Because someone, somewhere, discovered a 2001 penny that didn't look or feel quite like the others. At first glance, it appeared ordinary. The familiar face of Abraham Lincoln, the D mint mark indicating it was struck in Denver, and the copper-plated surface we're all used to. But upon closer inspection, the coin felt slightly different in weight, and under magnification, experts realized it was not made with the typical copper-plated zinc composition used for pennies since 1982. Instead, it appeared to be struck on a planchet composed primarily of pure bronze, an alloy that hadn't been used in regular production for decades. This discovery led to questions. How did a bronze planchet, meant to be obsolete for nearly 20 years, end up in a modern mint? And how did it escape unnoticed? Theories began to form. Some believed it was an accident, a leftover blank from decades ago that had somehow remained hidden in the mint's machinery or storage. Others thought it could have been intentional, a rogue mint worker creating a rarity on purpose. But regardless of how it came to be, one thing was clear: this penny was not just different, it was one of a kind. When the coin first surfaced at a small coin show in the Midwest, it drew the attention of a few sharp-eyed collectors. But it wasn't until it was authenticated by one of the top grading agencies that the buzz turned into a frenzy. Not only was the coin confirmed to be real, but it was also assigned a high grade for its condition, making it even more valuable. Whispers began circulating through collector circles. Could this be the next $1 million penny? As news spread, the coin was sent to auction, and what happened next left everyone stunned. The bidding started modestly, as collectors weighed their options. But as the uniqueness of the coin became clearer, the price soared. In just a matter of minutes, offers jumped from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands. Then, in a moment that would become legendary, two competing bidders pushed the final price beyond all expectations. When the gavel finally fell, the 2001 1-cent coin had sold for a jaw-dropping $4 million. That's right. $4 million. For a penny. Now, how could something so small and seemingly insignificant fetch such an astronomical price? It comes down to rarity, condition, and mystery. First, the rarity. There is, as far as we know, only one known example of this specific error in existence. In the coin world, rarity is king. The fewer the number of known specimens, the higher the demand. Second, the condition. The coin was found in almost uncirculated condition, with minimal wear, and struck with such clarity that every detail stood out. Third, the mystery. Because no one knows exactly how or why this coin was created, it adds an aura of intrigue and legend to its backstory. After the sale, the coin made headlines across the country. It was featured in news stories, numismatic publications, and online forums. People began checking their change more carefully, and coin collectors were invigorated with a new sense of purpose. Everyone wanted to know, could there be more of them out there? In the months that followed, more people started hunting through jars of pennies, coin rolls from banks, and old collections handed down through generations. Coin shops reported a rise in traffic. Social media lit up with amateur treasure hunters posting pictures of odd-looking pennies, hoping they had struck gold. And while many of these finds turned out to be common coins or known varieties, the excitement around the 2001 penny never faded. One particularly compelling part of the story is the man who discovered the coin. A retired factory worker from Kansas, he had been collecting coins as a hobby since he was a teenager. On a quiet Saturday afternoon, while sorting through some penny rolls he'd picked up from his local bank, he spotted something odd. The coin felt different in his hand, not just in weight, but in tone. It had a deeper color, almost golden. Curious, he placed it under his magnifying glass and immediately knew something was off. After doing some research online and consulting a local coin expert, he sent the penny off to be graded. The rest is history. He went from being a humble hobbyist to the owner of one of the most expensive coins ever sold. But what's more interesting is that he never set out to find something worth millions. He was simply pursuing a passion. That's the beauty of coin collecting, you never know what hidden treasures are waiting to be uncovered. As the story of the 2001 penny grew, it also reignited debate within the numismatic community about modern errors and varieties. Traditionally, most of the big money coins were older, pre-1900, or from the early 20th century. But this penny was a wake-up call. It showed that even recent coins, if struck under the right, or wrong, conditions, could become legends. It also reminded people of the importance of quality control at the mints and the incredible odds of a mistake slipping through. Some skeptics questioned the coin's legitimacy, arguing that the planchet could have been tampered with or that the story was too convenient. But after multiple examinations, tests, and authentications, the consensus remained firm: the coin was real, and it was rare. Today, the 2001 penny lives in a private collection, occasionally loaned to exhibitions and museums. Its story continues to captivate new generations of collectors, and its impact on the hobby can't be overstated. Over the years, other rare pennies have made headlines: the 1943 copper penny, the 1955 double die, the 1974 aluminum penny, but the 2001 holds a special place because of its timing and uniqueness. It bridges the gap between modern minting and old-school anomalies. It's a reminder that even in an age of machines and precision, human error, or perhaps human curiosity, can still create something extraordinary. There's also a psychological element to the story. People love the idea of finding value in something overlooked. The penny is symbolic. It's the lowest denomination, often ignored, and yet in this case, it was worth more than many homes. That twist of fate, that sense of hidden value, is what keeps the allure of coin collecting alive. It's not just about the money, it's about the mystery, the thrill of the hunt, and the stories behind each piece. Collectors around the world have since been on the lookout for other 2001 pennies that might match the legendary one. So far, none have surfaced with the exact same characteristics, though several interesting errors from that year have been found, including off-center strikes, die cracks, and minor composition shifts. Each one adds to the tapestry of the 2001 minting saga, but none have matched the rarity or value of the bronze anomaly. The Denver Mint has never officially commented on the coin, which only deepens the mystery. Internal investigations, if they occurred, have never been made public. Some believe the truth may never come out, especially if it involves sensitive information or unauthorized actions by Mint employees. Whatever the case may be, the story continues to grow in legend with each passing year. So the next time you find a penny in your pocket or see one on the ground, think twice before ignoring it. Take a closer look. Examine the date, the mint mark, the weight, the sound it makes when it hits the table. You might just be holding the next great discovery. Because as we've seen with the 2001 penny, sometimes the biggest treasures are hiding in the smallest places. Thanks for sticking around and diving into this fascinating story with me. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible tale of the 2001 1-cent coin and its multi-million-dollar journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories from the world of coins and collectibles, and turn on notifications so you never miss any video. Happy hunting!